Cassie has like never seen any movie ever.
I'm the worst.
Yeah.
Give me a list of 100 movies, I will have seen one, maybe.
If Gnomeo and Juliet is on the list,
If it's animated, I'm likely to have seen it. But not all animated films, surprisingly.
Jurassic Park is one that gets me a lot. That hurts.
Jurassic Park, Star Wars, Indiana Jones.
Well, I feel like with most of the iconic films, you should, like, you learn the plot just from it being pop culture knowledge sort of thing. So we're going to test that and see how many film plots you know just from hearing about them. And just how many of these films you've heard of, how many you actually know anything about.
Just name something.
Getting ready to be hated on in the comments.
Yep.
Yeah, this is going to go well for you.
Oh yeah, everyone's going to love me and my vast knowledge of cinema.
I feel like this is your, like, me trying to guess memes video.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to put a list of all the films we're going to discuss in the description with timestamps so you can skip over anything you haven't seen, because there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this. For most of them, I'm going to give you the beginning bit of a plot, and then I'm going to pass it over to you, and you have to try and finish said plot. So, have you heard of Shutter Island?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it, and that will be a common theme.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's about.
Okay. So, the beginning of the plot is there are two US Marshals, played by Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo.
Okay.
And they're on a boat going to an island. Leonardo DiCaprio is being sick. The captain tells them there's a storm. They talk about how Leonardo's wife died in a fire years ago.
Okay.
It's a very awkward conversation.
Okay.
And they're going to the island because this island has a mental asylum on it. And one of the patients, Rachel, has escaped. And Rachel is there because she drowned her 3 kids and then pretended that it never happened.
Who would watch this film?
Lots of people.
It's a really good film.
This sounds psychotic.
You know films don't have to be upbeat, right?
No, they have to be as upbeat as Romeo and Juliet.
I mean, that rules out a lot of films.
Most of the films on this list get immediately ruled out.
Oh dang, okay.
But, so she just pretends that none of that happened. That, like, her kids are fine, and that everyone who's, like, at the hospital is just, like, a mailman or someone she would just see in her everyday life. So, the 2 US Marshals, to get to the island, they give up their weapons to go in. What do you think happens?
From that summary, I'm going to say that is her name Rachel?
Uh-huh.
Rachel is not real. she is imagined by someone else. That guy's wife didn't die in a fire. And I think the Marshals are the ones who are in the insane asylum.
Not just do that.
Wait, is that right?
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio he was a patient the whole time.
What the hell? That was amazing.
So impressed.
You must have cheated.
I have never.
I haven't told her the films that were going to be in this list.
I'm really impressed with myself.
That was so. I mean, you weren't fully right.
But I got
That's
the
but
big
it's
plot.
yeah.
it's creepily close.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So, like,
impressed.
Rachel does exist,
Okay.
but it's an anagram of his wife's
Yeah.
name.
Okay.
And his wife did die, but she killed the kids.
I'm really impressed.
You just like quoted yourself like she killed the kids. You're like, yeah!
Oh, she killed the kids.
Yeah, his wife was the one, so his kids died.
Oh, okay.
But he like blanked all of that out, and the whole thing was like, so they go around to try to find this woman, they're on the island, but it's all a big role play to try and get him to come to terms with his reality.
Right.
It's like a last-ditch experimental thing.
Yeah, and Mark Ruffalo's a doctor who works on the island, and Leo tries to like shoot him with a gun, but it turns out it was a toy gun the whole time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, that will not happen again.
That's so impressive. Right, now you haven't seen North by Northwest, have you?
No, I have not.
And I'm assuming...
I have not heard of this film.
I've heard of it and know it's Hitchcock.
Yeah. You said the other week, or the other day, that you didn't know who Hitchcock was. Right, so there's a guy called Thornhill, and he goes to talk, he wants to send a telegram, and he's at a hotel, and he finds a page boy, and the page boy's shouting for someone called Kaplan, and he's just like, yo, page boy, how do I send, like, where do I go send a telegram here?
Mm-hmm.
But turns out that Kaplan is a guy that is being hunted down by 2 henchmen, and they see this page boy shouting for Kaplan, and Thornhill walking over, and they think he's Kaplan.
Ah.
So they kidnap him,
Okay.
and they take him to like their boss, and they're interrogating Thornhill, thinking that he's lying, because they're like, you're clearly Kaplan, you answered that guy, and they just think he's like the best spy ever because he's such a good liar, but he's just like genuinely doesn't have a clue what's going on. And then, because they can't get any information out of him, they're like, right, well, we're going to kill you off. So they get him intoxicated by just pouring alcohol down his throat, put him behind the wheel of a car, and send him barreling towards the edge of a cliff. What happens next, guys?
Is the page boy Clapton?
So hang on, the page boy was kidnapped. No, the page boy was shouting for this guy.
The page boy's gone at this point.
Okay.
He's not in the story anymore.
Okay.
Well, that's really my theory.
Okay, so the car doesn't go off the cliff.
I assumed that.
Yeah, the car doesn't go off the cliff.
Or at least not with him in it.
Yeah, he escapes the car.
Yeah.
And he's taken in by police.
Okay.
And he's then interrogated by the police.
They think that.
Do they put him in witness protection and send him off to be the child of Kim and Kanye?
Yeah, you got it. Awesome. Sorted.
Is he broken out of police custody by Kaplan?
No.
Okay.
So, I'm going to explain a bit more of the plot.
Okay.
Feel free to jump in whenever you want. Probably going to mess this plot up. So, he escapes from the car, goes to the police station, tells the police, like, I just got kidnapped and got, like, intoxicated and put behind the wheel of the car.
Is there some, like, sort of, like, insider in there who then takes him back to those guys who kidnapped him?
There is an insider, but she's there later.
Okay. That was super confusing.
I didn't tell it in the best way, I feel. The next film, I'm not going to give you any plot points for.
Oh, great.
Because you should know what happens in this film, and I don't need to explain it to anyone watching because everyone watching has seen this film.
I should know this.
You should know. You won't have seen it, but you should know the plot points of this film. Cassie, what happens in The Matrix?
I have seen this film.
What?
Woo!
It was a long time ago, but I have seen it. I had it on. I had a huge list of films I should watch, and one of them was The Matrix.
Clearly that list went well.
Oh yeah, I got through a few.
She watched The Matrix.
I watched Matrix 1 and 2, I didn't see 3.
Why?
I mean, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Just leave it there.
What is The Matrix, first of all?
I really paid attention in this movie. The Matrix is some sort of other land, other world sort of issue. Like it's a it's a place inside your mind or something. I don't know. It's like you hook into the Matrix with these big helmets.
You're describing two different things and putting them under one banner.
Okay.
You're onto something, but you're
I
very
know
far
that
away
there's
from
something
it.
to do with the red and blue pill. There's a geezer and he gives you
Shut about Morpheus.
You know, that geezer.
Does the geezer, does he have a cape? Does Morpheus have a cape?
Wait, you're about Neo or
No, Morpheus. Does Morpheus have a cape?
has like a trench coat?
Oh, that might be bad.
I could see where you would get that.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's probably what I am thinking
Yeah.
of. Okay, Morpheus, he wears glasses.
Yeah.
Correct. That would be more the go-to.
Yeah.
point.
He has a red and blue pill. You take one to experience the Matrix, maybe.
To stay in the Matrix.
Okay, to stay in the Matrix, and the other one to kill yourself or something. I don't know.
That would be a short
that's
film.
pretty much it.
Yep. Sorted. Move on.
Do you want to stay in the Matrix and make the whole plot point of the film pointless anyway, or do you want to just kill yourself in the film right here?
You should be a scriptwriter.
Yeah, you should.
How have I seen this film? I have not.
Have you ever seen a black cat twice?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember a scene where a guy and a girl, they're together and there's like a load of people.
That could be any number of films. That could be Shrek.
No, they're in like this pod room or something and there's like blue everywhere. And I don't know if that might be 2 actually.
To what?
Matrix 2.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant to mean 2 of something. Not
Two
in
pod
2.
rooms, 2 people.
I have no idea what the Matrix actually is.
I mean, that's kind of a main thing from the film.
Alright, Kay, do you want to explain the Matrix?
So, you kind of got somewhere within distant, isolated, binoculars of it.
I was looking at it from
So the
afar.
Matrix
Definitely weren't
is
looking at it through a
the
microscope.
Matrix is like the simulated reality that we all think that we are living in, like the real world we think it is.
Okay.
You take the pill to escape from it and wake up into the actual real world.
So the actual real world is like garbage.
Right.
Everything's gone to shit. You go into this like simulated reality, and it's like very like it's ran smoothly,
So
but
it's
too
like
smoothly.
Sometimes you get a little glitch here and there.
Yeah, like seeing a black cat twice.
oh. What's the issue with seeing a black cat twice? Why can't
You're in the Matrix.
Why would you want to leave the Matrix?
Because it's not real.
Would you
want to
live
live
in
a
a
lie?
simulated reality? That's the whole question of which pill would you take.
That's why you get the option.
Oh.
'Cause it's like, would you rather live like a really good life that's not real,
Right.
Or would
or rather
live
experience
something
a shit reality?
Okay then, well, once I have lived this life that isn't real, do I get to wake up and go back into reality?
actual? No. It's a one-time decision.
I'm
I
not-
held up 2 fingers there. That's a one-time
One-time decision.
One time.
It is a one-time decision. I don't remember which pill's which.
No, neither. That's
Yeah.
why I didn't even address
Yeah.
the issue. I didn't want to risk it.
So which one would you do? Would you stay in the Matrix or would you leave?
I would leave the Matrix.
Is the
Because
Matrix really bad?
No, it's just
No,
normal,
it's just-
normal life.
It's not real.
It would nag at me too much once I knew, because you're going to know.
Do you want to try and do Lord of the Rings?
What,
yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, God.
Do you know anything about Lord of the Rings?
I know a very basic thing. I have not seen the films or read the books or listened to anybody when they've talked about it ever.
We literally were sat in spoons talking about it the other day, Cassie.
I was not listening.
I did tell you a fact about them.
Was it that there is an ear dragon? I remember that. There is ear dragon.
Yeah, because you said,
Is that
oh,
the
they're
dragons?
dragons. Can you name that dragon?
Absolutely.
I have a tattoo of
Yeah,
that
Kay has
dragon.
a tattoo
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
On
Oh.
her shoulder. Smaug.
I was going to say Smaug
Yeah.
because I was thinking Sauron, but I don't think that's Sauron.
No,
Sauron's the
Sauron's
big
the eye. Well, also like, a character.
Oh,
He wasn't always just an eye.
okay.
That would be an interesting.
Yeah.
It's just,
Okay,
Just
so,
the eye the whole time.
yeah. He
okay.
was born a giant flaming eye. Oh,
Isn't that how we're all born?
He wasn't really born, to be fair.
No.
Okay, my synopsis then of Lord of the Rings is there's some little geezers called hobbits, and
Uh-huh.
I think they want a ring. Is that right? Did they want
No.
a ring or did they stumble onto the ring?
More that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they go on some quest. I have actually played the Lego Lord of the Rings games.
So you should kind
I
of.
Yeah,
don't
but doesn't that follow the films almost
Sort of.
scene
Yeah.
for scene?
There's a guy called Bilbo.
Yeah. There's a guy called Bilbo.
Is he the one who wants the guy to go on a journey? Is it the guy who actually goes on the journey? No, that's Frodo.
Oh, we've got a
Yeah, that's a correct point.
Okay, so Frodo goes on a journey because of Bilbo, and then they walk into some lava, there's a volcano.
We
Whoa.
made a leap.
You skipped about
We went from film
7
start.
to 8 hours
Yeah.
of film content.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God!
You literally went from opening scene of the film to the end scene of the film.
Frodo and his mates,
His
Samwise?
Yes?
Yes.
Samwise.
Sam go on a unexpected journey.
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's a guy called Gollum. Is he in the Lord of the Rings?
He is!
Yeah.
Gollum is in the Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so he's in the Lord of the Rings. I
He
don't
is
know-
also in The Hobbit.
He's all over the place,
Yeah.
that Gollum. He
Okay.
gets around.
Yeah.
So
He gets around, Paul.
he's an evil guy, or is he a nice guy?
Both.
Yeah, neither really.
Well,
No, well, literally both.
Yeah.
He has like a split personality
There
thing.
can only be one man.
is Gandalf in Lord of the Rings?
Yes!
And
Is Gandalf?
Legolas, is he? In the
Yeah.
Yes.
Is Gandalf in Lord of the Rings?
Where did you think he was from?
I don't know. Harry Potter.
That's Dumbledore!
So Gandalf. Oh, he is like 2 different people. There's Gandalf the White and Gandalf the Grey.
Yes!
Is he? Is it
Could
he?
you be any more patronising?
He is Gandalf the White originally.
No.
No, Gandalf the Grey originally,
Yeah.
and then he dies and comes back as Gandalf the Grey.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
wait.
White.
Yeah.
Do the hobbits practice magic?
No.
No.
Okay.
The wizards do.
No, that was patronising. So why are these hobbits involved?
They don't really want to be most of the time, to be fair.
Yeah.
The hobbits are kind of like the group that don't give a shit about what's going on with everyone
They're just
else.
living their lives, like,
Yeah.
chilling.
Okay, that's fair.
It's because Bilbo already has... So, there's a big element that has not been addressed, really.
Okay,
So-
I've missed this.
The rings.
Is there only one ring?
Well, no, but for the purposes of getting through the plot, let's just say you only care about one.
Okay, there is one ring that I care about.
Right, there were more rings. They
There's
were
a lot-
given
there's
out to
several
people.
other
They were
rings.
destroyed. They went missing.
There's still only a couple properly knocking about by this
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
So Bilbo, you mentioned,
Yes.
he has that ring, the one ring of power.
Oh, well, that's
He found
easy.
it. He found it way back in The Hobbit, and he's been kind of keeping it all this time.
So, The Lord of the Rings isn't the first film.
Those
Yeah.
films came first. The Hobbit films came after, but the Hobbit films, the story of the
So
Hobbit
there's-
comes before Lord of
It's
the
like
Rings.
The Lord of the
Wars.
Rings is 3 books, and The Hobbit is 1 book. But
Okay.
But for some reason, they still split the Hobbit into 3 films.
chronologically, The Hobbit comes like, I think it's like 50 or so years before
Right.
the events of
How
Lord
old
of
are
the
these
Rings.
hobbits?
Oh, they live for a long time. Bilbo,
Yeah.
especially because the ring gave him extended life.
Is he taller as well?
No.
Is he taller?
I feel like I've
It
seen him
didn't
taller
make
for
him
some
grow.
reason.
Oh, that's just because the actors themselves are normal height.
I'm going to clarify that.
Okay, so
This is taking so long. Get through the plot.
I'm
Summarize
sorry.
the plot.
Okay, Bilbo has this ring. Someone knows that he has the ring, and the hobbits have to protect him.
That's good
Put a
enough.
lot of
Good enough.
emphasis on the Hobbit.
Good enough, go. Well, that's good enough for the beginning. Go.
She's like, oh, that's the plot. Yeah, okay.
They want to destroy the ring
And where do they have to go to destroy the ring?
in a big volcano,
Yes.
Yeah.
and they have to
Mordor.
travel to get there. Oh, Mordor!
Oh!
You've distracted her now.
She's like, I recognise
Is
that.
there someone called Isengard?
There's somewhere.
We're
called
taking the
Isengard.
hobbits to
Yeah, that's
Isengard.
what I'm
Oh, I
thinking.
thought you said someone named Isengard. I was like, no.
No, she said someone.
Okay.
That's an accent thing.
Yeah.
And then, so on their journey to get to Mordor, they're attacked by people and have adventures and meet new friends and all that.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a Gimli.
Gimli.
He's a dwarf.
Yes.
I remember that from the games. No, and they all travel around these big areas, and then then they get to this place, but they've been intercepted by Sauron, who's watching them from his big eye, and he's like, "No, you will not do this." And then Frodo has a fight with someone, and the ring gets stolen or melted or something, and then
It's gone off the plot a little bit.
It's gone a little bit off the rails.
Oh, and then there's a dragon.
Not
these
in
ones.
the, that's the Hobbit. Fuck. They have Nazgul, which are kind of reptilian.
Yeah, them things.
You could be thinking of that.
I don't think she's thinking of
Probably
anything.
not,
I
but
just
could be.
remember a dragon was mentioned. Yeah, okay, that was my summary.
Of the Lord of the Rings.
Very complicated. Overly
I mean,
complicated.
you kind of hit the nail on the head on. They have to get the ring to
From
the
one
mountain
place
to
to the other.
destroy it, and they have adventures and meet friends along the way.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Right, so I did have more films lined up for this, but we spent a lot of time figuring out Lord of the Rings. If you liked that video, don't forget to like it, subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Ba-da-da-ding!
Ding, boom.